Hello everyone, myself Sindhu Naik from channel CA Infinite. I'll be handling CA Foundation QS subject. I hope everyone is good to go with the flow. Today's topic is completely based on mathematics of finance, where you guys some conceptual clarity about the types of interest, how to calculate the interest. Without wasting a much of our time, let's start today's topic, mathematics of finance. Here comes your calculation of interest. There are two types of interest. One is simple interest, another one is compound interest. Now, what do you mean by simple interest? Simple interest is nothing but where money is increasing with the constant rates and the particular amount is called as simple interest, which means simple interest is earned or paid only on the original amount and not on any interest that accumulates. I hope you'll all understand it very clear. Let's move to the next subtopic. Formula for finding simple interest. SI is equals to principal into rate divided by 100 into time. If money becomes double, then the formula to find time or rate is T is equals to 1 divided by R, and to find rate R is equals to 1 divided by T, where R is rate and T is time. If money becomes triple, then the formula to find time or rate is time is equals to 2 divided by R and rate is equals to 2 divided by T, where R is rate and T is time. Now let's move to the question number 1. Sania deposited 50,000 in a bank for 2 years with the interest rate of 5.5% per annum. How much interest would she earn? Here 50,000 is principal, 5.5% per annum is rate, 2 years is time. So if we can apply the formula, SI is equals to principal into rate into time. The principal is 50,000, rate is 5.5 divided by 100, time is 2 years. So SI will be 5,500. Let's move to the question number 2. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. Number of years it would triple itself is. In first half of the question, they have told us to find the rate, where they have given time and they have also told us the money doubles itself. So when the money doubles, we need to find the rate. So the formula for rate is equals to 1 divided by T, where T is nothing but 10 years. When we calculate 1 divided by 10, rate is equals to 0.1. In the next half of the question, they have told us to find the time, and they have also told that the money triples itself. So to find time, T is equals to 2 divided by R, where R we have already found it, that is 0.1. When we calculate T, that is 2 divided by 0.1, T is equals to 20 years. This is your final answer. Let's move to the question number 3. If a sum triplets in 15 years at simple rate of interest, the rate of the interest per annum will be what? Here in this question, they have told us to find the rate, where they have told the sum which will be triple. That even they have given the time as 15 years, the only thing is to find is rate. As we know how to find out rate for the amount that triples is R is equals to 2 divided by T, where T is nothing but 15. And even we have to multiply it with 100 because R we have assumed rate will be always 100%. Let's move to the next subtopic for finding amount by SI. There are 3 formulas to find SI. First one is amount is equals to principal plus simple interest, where amount is nothing but accumulated amount, simple interest is principal into rate into time divided by 100. By this one formula, we can derive another two formulas. First one, amount is equals to P plus P into R into T. The second one is amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R into T, where we have to be careful while calculating this formula, because first we need to calculate R into T, then add 1 to it, only then we have to multiply it with principal to get the accumulated amount. Now let's move to the question number 4. Rupees 8,000 becomes rupees 10,000 in 2 years at simple interest. Amount that will become rupees 6,875 in 3 years at same rate of interest is, the options below are A 4,850, B 5,000, C 5,500, D 5,275. Let's move to the solution of question 4. Amount is equals to 10,000. Time is equals to 2 years. Principal is equals to 8,000. And rate we need to find. We use the formula amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R into T. So 10,000 divided by 8,000 minus 1 is equals to R into 2. When we divide 10,000 by 8,000 minus 1, we get the answer 0.25 is equals to R into 2, where R is equals to 0.25 divided by 2, that is R is equals to 0.125. Now let's move to the second part of question number 4, where it says amount is 6,875, time is given as 3 years, and rate which we have already found in the previous slide, that is 0.125, and we are required to find the principal. For this, we use the formula amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R into T. For these types of calculation, we are required to be a bit careful, where first step we have to calculate R into T, that is 0.125 into 3. Step 2 is to add 1 to it, and step 3 is to divide step 1 and step 2 by 6,875, and we get the principal as 5,000. This is your final answer. Let's move to the question number 5. A certain sum of money Q, which was deposited for 5 years and 4 months at the rate of 4.5% simple interest and amounted to rupees 215, then the value of Q is, the options for this questions are option A rupees 200, option B rupees 210, option C is rupees 220, and option D is rupees 240. Solution for question 5 is, where amount is 215, rate is 4.5%, time is 5 years, 4 months, where we require to calculate 4 months as 4 by 12, and the principal, which is Q, we need to find it. So the formula for this question will be amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R into T. The first step to calculate this equation or the formula is 4.5 divided by 100 into 5. Then step 2 is into 4 divided by 12. Step 3, add 1 to it. And step 4, divide step 1, 2 and 3 by 215, and you get the principal as 200. Let's now move to the next subtopic, find rate or time where amount and time are given but the rate is not given. For this, we use the formula R is equals to A2 minus A1 divided by A1T2 minus A2T1 into 100, where A is nothing but accumulated amount. Now let's move to the question 6. In simple interest, a certain sum becomes rupees 97,920 in 3 years and rupees 1,15,200 in 5 years. Then the rate of interest is, the option for this question are A is 10%, B is 12%, C 11.2% and D is 13.6%.
Now let's move to the solution, where A2 is 1,15,200, A1 is 97,920, T1 is 5 years and T2 is 3 years. Now rate is equals to 1,15,200 minus 97,920 divided by 97,920 into 5 minus 1,15,200 into 3 whole multiply by into 100. For these types of question, we have to go with the second part of the solution, that is 97,920 into 5, keep it in m plus, then 1,15,200 into 3, keep it in m minus, then you press easy button on your calculator, then calculate 1,15,200 minus 97,920, press equals button, then divide it with MRC button and multiply by 100 and we get the rate as 12%. This is your final answer.
Let's move to the question 7. Simple interest on a sum of money is amount to rupees 59,000 in 3 years and rupees 62,000 in 4 years at same rate of interest. What is the principal amount and the rate of interest? Here in this question, A1 is 59,000, A2 is 62,000, T1 is 3 years and T2 is 4 years. The options for these questions are, option A is rupees 50,000 and 6%, option B is 45,000 and 5.5%, option C is rupees 55,000 and 5%, option D is 52,000 and 7%. Let's move to the solution part, where rate is equals to A2 minus A1 divided by A1T2 minus A2T1 whole multiply by 100, where A2 is 62,000 minus 59,000 divided by 59,000 into 4 minus 62,000 into 3 whole multiply by 100. For these types of question, we have to first calculate with the second part of the solution, that is 59,000 into 4, keep it in m plus, then 62,000 into 3, keep it in m minus, press AC button, calculate 62,000 minus 59,000 and divide it by MRC and multiply it by 100. We get the rate as 6%. After finding rate, the question says even to find the principal. So the formula to find the principal is amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R into T, where we have to be careful. We have to go with the step 1, that is multiply rate into time, that is 0.06 into 3. Step 2 is to add 1 to it, and step 3 is to divide step 1 and step 2 by 59,000, where we get the principal as 50,000. To find principal, we have another formula, that is SI is equals to A2 minus A1 divided by T2 minus T1, where A2 is 62,000 minus 59,000 divided by 4
years minus 3 years. We get SI as 3000, that is for 1 year. They have told to calculate for 3 years. Then we need to multiply 3000 into 3 and deduct it by 59,000. We get the principal as 50,000. Let's move to the next subtopic. Find rate or time, where amount and rate is given but the time is not given. We use the formula time is equals to A2 minus A1 divided by A1 R2 minus A2 R1, where A is nothing but accumulated amount. Now let's move to the question 8. In what time a certain sum of amount to 400 at 10% per annum simple interest and to 200 at 4% per annum simple interest. Here we are required to find the time. The options are option A 10 years, option B 12 years, option C 50 years and option D is 13.6 years. Let's move to the solution. A2 is 200, A1 is 400, R2 is 0.04 and R1 is 0.1. So time is equals to 200 minus 400 divided by 400 into 0.04 minus 200 into 0.1. For these types of question, we have to go with the second half of the solution, that is 400 into 0.4, keep it in M plus, then 200 into 0.1, keep it in M minus, press AC button, calculate 200 minus 400 and divide it with MRC and we get the time as 50 years.